Now, I love the bass guitar. What made you gravitate towards that instrument? That's what you want to do.
Iron Maiden of all bands did it for me because Steve Harris was such a power player. He was such a finger player. He was the leader of the band, so that was kind of not so much the thing, but the driving force. You know, that was Iron Maiden. It was all about the bass being a strong composing element and musical element. So, and his tone.
Okay.
And before that, it was Kiss, ironically. So
Really?
I had the theater of the mind aspect already going, which I really liked, and the character, and of course Iron Maiden has Eddie, as opposed to dressing up, but they have that fantasy element, which I'm very attracted to, and utilizing my band Owl, which is...
Let's talk about Owl. You got your third release is coming out soon?
Yes, called Things You Can't See, coming out July 28th.
Beautiful. And describe Owl for us in a nutshell. I mean...
Well, we've been together for a while now. 2007 is when we first got together, and we have 3 releases, you know, same lineup. I produced all 3. So basically I play the upright bass, I utilize a bow, I run it through effects, I do solos with the upright bass. Dan's one of my childhood buddies from New York. He owns a media company and record company that we've been releasing our stuff on called Over It. Okay. And we recorded this last record in his Roman Catholic church, which is converted into a recording studio.
Really?
And media company. So it was a really vibey session. Oh, I might add Jason Mazilis, one of my best buddies in LA, is the guitar player. Okay. So, you know, we're a real band. A lot of people say, you know, because they're just hearing about it, oh, this project. And I'm like, well, we're 3 albums deep. Yeah. Rolling Stone featured us in 2013 in Revolver, and this is while I was touring with the Cult. Okay. And I was getting some of the best and biggest press ever. So it's been great to unveil my own thing, and this new release is really now... this was all written in the studio as opposed to my first release, fully written, second release, maybe 75% written, and now this third release was like, I got a few riffs. Okay. You know, so this was really exciting to hear the songs develop in the studio and top what I've always done as the lead singer, as the composer, as the producer, and have you know, been working with so many people. I feel like I have something to say. Well,
I was going to say, you played alongside so many greats and just so many different bands. Now you go and you have to, I would think, somewhat adapt to a different style. Do you then take that and bring it back to what you're working on with Owl and then incorporate that?
Yeah, I think I always have. Okay. Singing with Ian for so many years, I think that's helped me in projecting my voice, but also shaping to him. Okay. And he would improvise too, so I got into this, you know, in the side of my eye, I was looking for how he was going to improvise to sing harmony with him. Okay. So that was a unique experience for many years. I was doing that. And he sings really, he's got a very powerful voice, Ian Astbury, you know, so that's something I would always kind of learn was like, this guy's projecting off his body so loud that, you know, I would have to keep up with that volume and tone, which was something. So sure, I brought that back. And now with Ace, I think there's different inflections and stuff. I would almost lend myself to punk rock. Okay. You know, singing with him. And in my own band, I have my own things. I guess my guys got to sing backgrounds to me, but it's great to be so active in the Ace band. It keeps my chops strong and voice strong.
Well, and Ace, of course, is undoubtedly a legend. You played with Ozzy Osbourne, another legend. But Mick Jagger is in a whole other stratosphere. I mean, we're talking Rolling Stones. He invented this stuff, you know, the pioneers of this. Sure. So what was that experience like, being with the guy?
Well, you know, I didn't really think about it in the moment so much. I did have a little tiny moment where I played upright bass, of all things, with a bow in a song called Paradise, and I came up with a bow bit, and he kind of kept a groove going, his Mick Jagger kind of dance going while I was doing this, and I remember going, oh my God, don't space out. This is so freaky and cool that, you know, so you have your job to do in the moment, and as a professional, you know, I had the same moment with Ozzy where I was just kind of like throwing riffs in and going, is this cool? I hope this is cool. And he'd look at me and be like, yeah, man. Nice. Because he wanted my riffs, and my style of bass playing is being sympathetic as well as pushing the envelope. Okay. So I'm going to add something and also honor the song, you know.
Okay.
And another thing is you mentioned, you know, does it influence you? I remember I wrote the song on our first record called Pusher, which we have a video for. And this is our first record, came out 2009, but I wrote that song with Marty Fredrickson, who produced a bunch of different, lot of people, Aerosmith, Ozzy, so on, Mick Jagger. At the end of the day, I remember writing a song with Marty for Owl after I worked with Ozzy, and I felt like maybe Ozzy influenced my choruses or approach on that from being around him, hearing his voice. I liken it to being an actor to a certain degree, where you have to be sensitive to the part you're playing and also know what's been done before you and also kick it in the ass a little bit more.
So now, and I find this interesting because you've been a competent, if not accomplished, bass player for a number of years. Do you find yourself improving and learning new things constantly?
Yes, because if I always stay a fan. I think that's an important thing. I'm watching everybody still. Some of the hot guys like Victor Wooten in jazz, I'm paying attention. Tony Levin. You know, there's certain guys I pay attention to. Also Stanley Clarke, because I'm an upright bassist. Francois Werbath is one of the best classical avant-garde bassist I've ever seen, and I'm a German bow style.
Okay.
So he's very French bow. So I mean, see, my thing goes so deep, and it actually is going to re-educate people about the bass, I think, because I get asked if I'm a cellist, I get asked what am I doing, and of course Elvis started with the upright bass, and there was no bass guitar. So I'm actually doing sort of something a little more classical, a little more jazz, and a little more Hendrix with the upright bass.
And that's not an awkward transition to take it from this into a rock and roll electric bass format?
Well, it would be for someone else that just got thrown in, but I, of course, have developed
working on it.
Most people can't even control the instrument, and they're, you know, if you put on overdrive, there's piezos. It's a very sensitive situation. So you have to know what you're doing. I mean, I developed my sound over years, and also the volume with the real upright I developed over the years. I know I can get my upright bass louder than you'd ever believe. You know, but I also have electrics now, which changed the whole game. And also, you know, doing a solo every night with Ace is very interesting because I improvise it to a certain degree. So I'm trying to throw everything I can at you now, even though my 17-year-old shredder kid self had every single solo memorized back then, you know, like now I'm pulling stuff out of my head like, oh my God, Richie Scarlett thinks I'm pulling some stuff out, so I better keep that up, you know, or else it's gonna hear that. I've heard Wyse do that before, whatever, you know. So that's a great thing, and yeah, like I'm pushing the envelope every night with this band and this lineup. I mean, Scotty Coogan sings his ass off and he plays great, and singing and playing with that kind of conviction, and Richie is a lead singer as well. So we have is like this powerhouse band. We don't want to let each other down, and Ace is kicking ass every night. So a big part of what this is, and the reason why I'm not doing the Cult right now, is because of this band.
It's because of the level of musicianship that you're in with right now?
I would say it's not, you know, Ace is a big deal to me, and that got the ball rolling. Working with him, obviously it's his band. But I would just add that the lineup is part of it too, because we, you know, with Richie, with Scotty, myself and Ace, I feel like it's the perfect lineup. You know, it just kind of really complements. And these guys push me every single night. That's great. And I hope I push them. They know I'm there, you know. Absolutely. You know what I mean? So that's what's fun. So when you're asking, you know, do I still strive, you know, because I've done a lot already. I'm not done until I'm done.
Can't see Delta upon thee, built in the sky, telling you